Given that the matrix, which contains the entries 7, -3, 8, and 6 has no inverse, find the value of Z. And so we are told that this matrix has no inverse. And using that information, they want us to determine, or they want us to find, what is the value of Z. Now, first of all, we're gonna give you the formula for a determinant. So if we have, so this right here is the formula for the determinant of a matrix. So if we have a matrix defined in the following way with the entries A, B, C, and D, if we have this 2x2 matrix, A, B, C, and D, and we want to figure out its determinant, the determinant of this matrix is given by the formula AD minus BC. Now, AD means A multiplied by D. So you take this entry and multiply it by this entry. And that's AD, that's that product. And then you take B and multiply it by C, and that'll give you this entry. Then you would find the difference between the two products. And so that's how we figure out the determinant of a matrix, of a 2x2 matrix. Now, interestingly enough, if a matrix has no inverse, then the determinant must be 0. So for the matrix to have no inverse, the determinant must be 0. And so they tell us that this matrix has no inverse. And so what does that mean? That means that the determinant of this matrix must be 0. Okay, because we know it has no inverse. So let's determine the determinant of this matrix. So the determinant of the matrix that contains the entries Z, -3, 8, and 6, the determinant of this matrix must be 0. Why? Because this matrix has no inverse. Now, by formula, what is the determinant of this matrix? Well, we have to take this entry and multiply it by that entry. So Z multiplied by 6 is 6 times Z. Then we have to find the product of 8 and -3. So we have 8 and -3. Then we subtract them. So we have 6 times Z minus 8 times -3. And that must be 0 because this right here is the determinant of matrix, of this matrix. And so moving forward, we have 6 times Z, which is 6Z. We have 8 times -3, and 8 times -3 is -24. And so we have that equal to 0. And we know that a negative times a negative gives us a negative multiplied by a negative gives us a positive. So we have 6Z plus 24 is equal to 0. We're going to take 24 and we're going to send it over the equal sign. And that becomes 6Z is equal to 0 minus 24. And 0 minus 24 is definitely -24. We divide both sides of this equation by 6. And so we get that Z is equal to -24 divided by 6. Again, Z is equal to -24 divided by 6. And so that means that Z is equal to -4. And that's how we can find the value of Z with the understanding that this matrix has no inverse. And that's the answer to this question.